Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to day 6 of this 7-day self-love yoga challenge. My name is Jonnique. Today's theme is forgiveness. In today's flow, we'll explore a mix of energizing and resting postures. You will need a block or a firm pillow. Just one block, just one firm pillow, whichever is available to you. Alrighty, let's begin. Come into a seat, sitting up nice and tall, crossing the legs in front of you. Hands can come to the knees, either facing down or palms facing up. Closing the eyes or softening the gaze. Taking a moment to check in with the body, noticing where there's any tension, tightness, or discomfort, and maybe doing a little wiggling movement to settle into that space, sending the breath into that space to release it down. Take an inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale in the nose. Exhale out the mouth. One more big inhale. And hold it for a moment. And sigh it out. Settle into your normal breathing pace. And for the next moment, finding forgiveness for yourself, for maybe a previous version of you before this moment, or maybe even thoughts that you had earlier today, thoughts about not being enough, not being able to, not having enough. A lot of us have those thoughts from time to time. So this is your moment to find forgiveness for you. Take a moment to think or say out loud the following affirmations. I am worthy of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a gift I freely give to myself. I honor the light within myself and embrace loving energy. Giving yourself a big hug and squeeze here. Maybe you rock from side to side. Allowing those affirmations to sink in. Take one last big inhale here. Expand the belly. And sigh it out. Let it go. Shrug the shoulders. Shake the hands. Let everything that does not serve you fall away. Leaving just you, the beautiful essence and light of who you are. Slowly start to flutter the eyes open, coming back to the space. Making your way to a tabletop position. Wrists are stacked underneath the shoulders. Knees are hip distance apart and stacked underneath the hips. Take a moment to press into all 5 fingers here. And then tucking the tailbone so that you have a long, straight spine. Taking a breath here in tabletop. And exhale. Coming into cat-cow on your next inhale. Drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the gaze for cow. As you exhale, round the spine, chin to chest for cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart for cow. And exhale, chin to chest, round the spine for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, count. And exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Slowly making your way back to a neutral spine, tabletop. Tuck the toes. Start to rock back and forth, just finding momentum here. And on your next inhale, swing back. As you exhale, lift the hips up and back. Find that downward facing dog. Melting the shoulders away from the ears. Taking a moment to pedal out the feet. Stretching into the hamstrings. Inhale, coming up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Pressing even further into the hands. Inhale up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale down. Inhale up. On your next exhale, gaze forward. Start to walk the feet forward. Come into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Keeping a bend in the knees here. Maybe you grab opposite elbows and start to sway from side to side. Nod the head yes, shake the head no, and just let it go. Release the hands. Bring the hands to the shins, flat back for a halfway lift. Take an inhale here. And exhale, come back into a fold. Inhale, slowly root to rise, sweeping the arms all the way up, coming up vertebrae by vertebrae. And exhale, bring the hands together, heart center. Let's do a couple more rounds of those arm movements. So inhale, sweep the arms up. Small back bend here. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Waking the body up. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment here. This is your mountain pose or Tadasana. Start to ground into the feet, maybe rocking back from the heel to the ball of the foot so that you can plant the feet firmly into the mat. Maybe you close your eyes for just a moment, finding grounding and stability. Opening the eyes. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. As you exhale, sit back into chair pose, like you're sitting back into an actual chair. And then pause here with the hands high. Take a moment to gaze down. See if you can find your toes. If you can't, then you're leaning forward too far. Try to lean back just a little bit, sitting back here. Core is tight and active. As you hold your body up, take an inhale here. On your exhale, swing the hands behind you, come up onto your tippy toes, gazing down towards the mat, drinking bird or airplane chair. Take an inhale here. Exhale, coming back down with the heels, bring the arms up, find chair. Inhale. Exhale, bring the arms behind you. Come into that drinking bird. Come up onto the toes. Inhale. Exhale, back down into chair. Bring the arms high. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the arms behind you, sweeping them back, coming up onto the toes, drinking bird. Inhale. And exhale, bring the heels down, arms high. Staying here for a few more breaths. Last breath. And on your exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Grab those opposite elbows. Sway from side to side. Remember to bend in the knees to support your back. Release the hands. Take an inhale to a halfway lift, flat back, roll the shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands, step the feet back, come into a plank pose, holding here for a few breaths. Last breath here. And on your exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Press into the hands, lift the heart, lift the gaze, come into a cobra. Take a few breaths here. Maybe you rock onto one hip as you turn the gaze to the opposite side. Maybe you rock onto the other hip, turning the gaze to the other side. Bringing small stretches in the side body. Take an inhale, coming back forward. Exhale, sitting back, coming into a child's pose. So bring the knees together for this child's pose. Grab your block or your pillow. And then start to lower down, bringing the forehead on that block or pillow. And the hands come behind you. Settle in here for this child's pose variation. Slowly lift the forehead off the block or pillow. Bring the hands back forward. Set the block over to the side. You will be needing it in just a moment. Come to shift your weight onto one side and start to bring yourself down onto your back. Grab your block, pull it close. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat and bring the heels as close to your hips as possible. Coming into a bridge pose here, a supported bridge. Start to lift the pelvis, so tuck the tailbone in, and as you lift up, take an inhale here first. As you exhale, start to slowly lift up, vertebrae by vertebrae, lifting up into a bridge pose. grab your block at any height, place it, or pillow, and place it underneath the tailbone. So right at the tip of the tailbone. Lower the hips down and rest onto the prop. Keeping the thighs active so the legs don't fall out. Closing the eyes or softening the gaze. Finding a pause here. Maybe pausing to forgive yourself once more if any negative thoughts arose during this practice. Thoughts of I can't do this or anything else. Forgiving and letting go. Slowly start to flutter the eyes open if they were closed. Take an inhale. Lift the hips up off the block. Slowly remove the block or pillow to the side and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll back down onto the mat. Send the soles of the feet a little bit further out. Let the left leg go long and pull the right knee into the chest. Taking an inhale here and an exhale. Slowly, with control, using your left hand, pull that right knee over to the left side. And then grab your block to either prop your right knee up on the medium or low setting, or if it feels good, bring that right knee all the way to the ground, really lifting the hips and the shoulder blades off the mat. Now the right arm will go long to the side in a T, and turning your head so your gaze is out towards the right side. You can feel free to close the eyes here and just breathe. You should feel a nice stretch in that lower part of the right side of the back. Maybe a nice side body stretch. Maybe even a little bit of a hip stretch in your right hip. Taking one more breath here. And then slowly lifting that right knee back up and hugging it into the chest. Send it down. Straighten that right leg. And then bring the left knee into the chest. Taking an inhale and an exhale. Slowly, with your right hand, bring your left knee over to the right side. Remember, you can use your block at any position to let your left knee rest on, or for an even deeper stretch, bring the knee all the way down to the ground, stretching that left hand out to the left side, and then turning your gaze to the left, closing the eyes if it feels good. One more breath. Slowly bring that left knee back to center. And then let it go. Long coming into Shavasana. Melt the shoulders down and away from the ears. Bring the shoulder blades together. Let the palms face the ceiling. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, relaxation flows through your body from head to toe, melting you down into the mat. Feel free to stay here in Shavasana. You can pause this video or let it play through. Or if you feel ready, start to bring movement back into the body, wiggling fingers and toes, bringing movement back into the wrists and ankles, Taking a big long stretch, arms up overhead. And then slowly making your way over to one side. Slowly with momentum, pressing up, coming back into a seat. Keeping the eyes low or closed as you arrive. Taking this last moment to find forgiveness for the old version of you and embrace the new version of you. In yoga, when we do Shavasana, it is also called a corpse pose. So from the corpse pose, which represents death or the renewal of something old, from something old to something new. So from death in corpse pose, we usually turn over onto one side in a fetal position. And that fetal position represents rebirth. And then as you prop yourself up from rebirth or fetal position, you are being reborn into a new version of yourself, leaving behind that old version of you that no longer serves you. Take a moment to let that sink in. See where you can apply that to your life and find deep forgiveness for yourself as you move forward. Take a big inhale and exhale. Bring the hands together at heart center if it feels good. Thank you so much for spending this divine time and space with me and for allowing me to hold space for you as well as guide you through this brief practice. I hope that you find peacefulness throughout the rest of your day and night. Please be well and stay cozy.